Let's do this.
Hey everybody, check your Twitch stream, see if we're gumming in
Coming in.
properly. And yeah,
Let's
I,
see.
they should be able to hear us. Holler at us if you can hear us good.
Twitch.tv/Omniversal Escapades.
We are here.
Yeah,
It's
I
bit.
see us.
Yeah. I just noticed the image of me scratching my nose on live stream, so that'll be in my head for the rest of today. Uh, uh, that's great. Well, first, everyone, thank you for coming to this week's episode. I'd like to thank our host for showing up, as per what I do sometimes. Thank you, Jayme, thank you, Jeff. Uh, Appreciate it.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah. Um, Welcome to Omniversal Escapades. We are hosts for the show. I am the keeper for this adventure. My name is Eaton. We are playing Monster of the Week as our system, and we're ready to have a fun time. Our X's, meaning we don't bring them to the campaign, are children in peril, depiction of gore or slavery, sexual assault, none of that. Our veils, which is just kind of fade to black, are children in peril as well, body horror and feces. Uh, so last we had left off our adventurers had, well, after a few days of rest and recuperation, they had decided to go check the hole in which the hedge wolf was staying in. And there, they found a rift in space. There was also a previous rift in space back in the library, but you know, that all this, the main event was what happened in the hole. Uh, At that time, Hal had stuck his face into the void, staring basically into what looked like the different aspects of different people throughout the whole area. And eventually they came across a black creature that just shifted in perspective. Uh, they never, they were really hard to see. They would, show up as androgynous or male or female or a tree or an animal. It's very hard to keep focus on the creature. When they were eventually pulled from the void, which, by the way, that was wild. I did not expect Hal to just stick his head into the void. uh, they decided to leave for the moment, and when they came outside, they saw that one of the buildings in the distance was on fire. As we are entering back into the scene, you're standing at a bluff on the edge of town. Now, last we had played, I believe some of you have leveled. Is that right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Is
Not
it?
yet.
All right. Danny, what did you choose? Let's tell that for our watchers here.
I chose a thing called Strange Dangers. Basically, there's like a weird voice or a feeling that nudges me to dodge or like know where the attack is coming. And a lot of times I'll see a bird at the same time.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
I really wish that was named Stranger Danger.
Right. When I first read it, just I was like, "Oh, it's Stranger Danger." Nope, Strange Danger.
Yeah.
Never mind. Not as funny. Uh, as what did you take?
Well, I took Attuned with the Cosmos, which I took this basically because of what happened in the last episode. I figured putting my head in an interdimensional hole would cause something to happen to my brain. So it says at the start of each mystery, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, you get a detailed vision of something bad that's yet to happen. On a 7 to 9, you get clouded images of something bad that's yet to happen. And on a miss, you get a vision of something bad happening to you. And the keeper holds 3 to be spent 1 for 1 as penalties on your future rolls.
And just a quick reminder to our audience and of course our players: when I have holds against you, that means I get to give you situational disadvantage, which is roll 3d6. Take the lowest of the two dice of the three. Two out of the three dice. Take the lowest of the two three dice. I swear I can speak. So, uh, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. You see in the distance that there is a building on fire, as one of the fire trucks are currently trying their best to take it out.
Fire possums. Why did it have to be fire possums? I mean, that is what it is, right? We all saw the documentary the other day.
I guess that
You're
is
in
one.
character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I should respond. Oh crap.
Are we all together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is something I left out of the quick recap is that there was a brief documentary in the last episode about the existence of fire possums, which are basically what you think they are. They are possums that are continuously on fire.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'll if I can get Danny's voice right. That sounds like it could be much more what's the word for a lot of them? Cuz they're all over the place. The road, the field, your yard at night.
Mm-hmm.
Could cut down on their nocturnal natures as well because they'd be easy to spot.
Right.
Unless they just burst into flames right before attacking.
I will be honest, I don't know much about them.
We need to talk to a witness or an
Yeah.
expert.
Which one of us actually watched the documentary? I'm sorry.
It
I know
was
there was a
Rafi.
scene. Okay. So I feel like you probably would know more than either of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like Jayme forgot most of the details. Was there any mention of like weaknesses or anything on the documentary, or like if they are always on fire? I kind of forget.
Yeah. So here's what Rafi remembers. Rafi remembers from the documentary that it's not a Pokemon-esque situation where they like have vents on their back or whatever. It is imagine just like a possum that is always on fire.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
And yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
It reminds me of a mephit from D&D
Yeah,
that it can burn without being extinguished.
yeah. So kind of the same idea. It's just it's and to be specific, the possums are depicted as like red possums. On top of that, so yeah, and as far as weakness goes, in the cartoony like section of the documentary, they just show like them taking them out with a fire hydrant.
Mm.
All right.
So Rafi's going to pass along the information and just be like, I suppose we could try standard issue fire extinguishers to give it a shot.
Well, I think our first step should be getting down there and helping out how we can.
You mean like actually helping fight the fire there?
I mean, I don't think that anyone down there is equipped to deal with fire possums, if that's a possibility.
A possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah, Dean, I guess.
Dean, you're impossible.
Aha!
You people.
Come on, folks. Let's stay possumtive.
Hal is leaving already.
So is the fire currently blazing as we have this conversation?
Yes, the fire's currently blazing as we speak.
People are dying, and we're like,
Okay,
more
so
buzz.
let's get into a mild jog so it looks like we're at least doing something,
Right.
Yeah.
and we can talk while we jog.
I mean, I feel. Did we take my car out to the hedge wolf's den? Because we could drive over. You don't
Yeah.
have to jog. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, driving's probably better.
Okay, so you went ahead and you take the car there all the way to the building. Let's go ahead and think of what the building would be. 1 second. It is
Recording in progress.
Sorry to interrupt, but Dean, you asked on the chat if I was recording, and
It's all good.
I'm recording on OBS, but yeah, I should do it here too.
It is a shame that this Zoom recording will never have all of those possum puns.
Oh God!
It's
What
not,
Disaster
possum
strikes.
puns?
it's not possible to that we could get the footage later. That was bad. I'm sorry. Sorry. If I spent the last week with my family, and the puns are everywhere with my family. Anyway,
Yeah.
So yes, you're going down the building. We're gonna call it the rec center. It's the town rec center. All right.
Oh no.
I know. Yes, Jayme, the family that puns together has fun together. Thank you.
You know, since we're a Twitch stream, I wonder if we should, if any of these work, drop them in the Twitch chat.
Oh, like share our zingers.
Yeah, probably not every zinger, quote unquote, but
No,
if we
this
have
is gold, Jeff.
if we
want
have
all
stuff
these
as solid
zingers.
as the family that puns together, that's good. I like that.
I could easily see us losing some subscribers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we don't want to pun-ish them now, do we?
Oh,
God.
This is about ready to leave this Zoom call.
I'm through with you.
Oh my God.
We're losing subscribers and at least one performer.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm looking at my contract renewal as we speak.
And unfortunately, because the event center is burning down, you will have to win a snowboarding competition in order to save the rec center.
Oh,
like after it's burned down, not before.
Right. That would hold up. I made a joke. That would be wild. It's like, hold on.
the only way to put this fire out is to shred some sick powder on the hill.
Right? I had to wait. And it's fall too. It's like we gotta wait for it to snow, and then I gotta shred this sick powder in order to save the rec center from the fire.
Yeah.
You basically do this wicked turn and stop at the bottom, and it sends up like a spray of snow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's freaking wild.
Although I do want, I recommend that Hal does the cool move and like peel out and like stop parallel to the fire, so we can all roll out and look awesome as we do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll attempt that. Do I have to roll for that?
I died a little, like in a funny way on the inside, imagining how in their like black, Men in Black suit going shredding down the mountain.
Yeah, with like sunglasses on and everything. Like,
Right. I was like, this is for the rec center. I was like, what?
Yeah. He doesn't even live there. Why does he care?
No, sorry, I got way off track. That's on me. So yeah, you all go towards the rec center, as it's currently being on fire, as it's currently on fire, and you see like the firefighters are currently trying to douse out the fire. It does not seem like they're making a lot of headway right now. Get wrecked. Yes, thank you, Jayme.
Do we see anyone like injured? Like,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just wondering if there are like people who are like all singed, like sitting on the sidewalk or anything, or is it mostly just firefighters?
At this time, you only see firefighters. You do see an older, let's say, gentleman, currently standing outside as the fires are blazing.
All right. Do we want to talk to the old man, see what happened?
Shouldn't we be doing like volunteer firefighter shit?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do volunteer firefighter shit, I'll talk to the old. It only takes one person to talk to an old man.
That's a great point. Is anybody doing like a bucket brigade?
They got currently the I forgot the proper term, but it's a type of fire truck with a water tank on the back.
Oh
So it's,
yeah.
yeah, like so they got
That's called the sploosher, by the way.
yes. Hold on.
As I
I'm-
just got to say something. It
Yeah.
only takes one person to talk to an old man. That sounds like it's a phrase or a saying or an expression,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not. But it sounds like it is. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes like
That's
they
a-
say.
That's what they say in Weston all the time.
That's right. In universe for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes one person to talk to an old man. Now the sploosher, excuse the burp. The sploosher is currently you were joking. That's canon now. That's how this game works.
It's collaborative. You're all forgetting.
Yeah. Oh, there was one thing I did forget to mention at the top of the episode. Our players did call Sheriff Julia Roberts Childs Hansendorf Bettendorf Namco.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, sorry, it wasn't Bendorf. It's Bentendo. And asked why the events from the previous night were not being publicly talked about, and the sheriff had no clue what they were talking about. That was the other part.
Yeah.
So, who's gonna go talk to the fireman on route? Who's gonna talk to the old man, or who's doing whatever they want to do in this moment?
I'll make sure Mr. Old Man's okay.
All right. He does have a fire blanket over him. He has a cup of water currently. He's an older gentleman, probably in his late 40s, wearing a button-up shirt and tie. He does look a little frazzled currently, as we speak. And he just,
Sir, are you all right?
yeah. Sorry, I was in there doing some paperwork, and it's like the fire like hissed into existence. It just started engulfing the entirety of the rec center.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that you had to go through this.
Yeah.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Hal Wormhole with the FBI.
Hi, my name is, let's get a name here. Let's call him Dan Worth. Because why not?
Dan Worth.
Dan Worth. It's like, hi, I'm the head of the rec center. My name is Dan Worth.
And what are you worth, Dan? So that's just a little bit of the FBI humor. So you're saying that this fire just began out of nowhere?
Yeah, I opened up this morning, getting ready for getting ready to open. We have an after school program, and it just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
There weren't any children here, were there?
No, luckily, the school doesn't open for another couple hours, so like no children were here yet, luckily.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
On a side note, that's because I did agree at the top of this series that I would not put children in harm.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I wanted to quiz you.
I was
Dean, I'd like it if every NPC we asked that sort of a question and responded with, "There's never any children in peril."
Either that or you just missed the children in peril. It was like 5 minutes ago.
They're in peril, but they're fine now. So,
and they're all standing in a line staring at you unsettlingly.
Yeah, very Children of the Corn-esque.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just like Children of the Corn.
What was that? It was John Carpenter movie with Superman. Damn it. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
Village of the Damned?
Yes. There you go. Those kids are never in peril. You are in peril from the kids.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe kids just don't exist in Weston.
There you go. But by the kids, they mean 40-year-olds who still go to school.
It's like a retirement community.
Yeah.
It's like Dadlands. There's never been any children there.
Right. Where the children look, they're off screen. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, we'll add one in season 3 or 4.
Right.
And it'll be a huge thing.
Although
Yeah,
canonically,
to get more viewers.
Oh yeah, canonically, there is a child who's
Yeah.
in charge of the hotel.
there is one child canonically that we've seen on like in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
He's the
Can't
only
believe we
child of the town.
already forgot about our child.
It's the loneliest child. He just helps
Right.
out with his mom's job. It's got no friends.
That is very sad. The implications of that.
It'll be my next character's backstory. I just sat in a hotel my whole life, checking in guests.
But yeah, it's like yeah, I heard this hissing noise, and then the fire just like went through the whole building. It seemed like.
Now, this hissing noise, would you call it mechanical or biological?
I guess if I had to say, it didn't sound like it came out of a steam pipe. It sounded like it's like if it was a cat or.
Yes, that is what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the situation, sir?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't, unfortunately. I mean, well,
What if I rolled really well with the dice?
go ahead, Az. Roll really well. You want to do investigate a mystery in this situation?
Yeah, why not?
Go
I feel
for
like
it.
you already gave me information for free, but I'll get some more. When I investigate a mystery, by the way, I add +1 to the number of questions I can ask on a success.
Sounds
Because I
right.
have crime scene investigator. And investigate a mystery is plus sharp.
Yep.
So that is 5, 6, 7, 8. I got a 10.
Jeez.
Yes.
On a hold 2, on a 10 plus, you get a hold 2. In this case, 3 because of your ability.
Yeah.
What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Okay. Let's start off with what was it going to do?
From what you could tell, from what you derive from what he's telling you, this creature's whole point is to burn down the building.
Okay, where did it go?
So we'll do like just a little bit of yada yada, and you will notice that once the building has calmed down a little, since your FBI flashed the badge, so on and so forth. We're gonna do this in a general time frame.
Yeah.
You will notice that there was it looks like a vent that is open, but is not how to put it. It looks like it was forced open from the inside of the vent.
Okay.
Hmm.
And what is being concealed here? If anything.
So what you will notice in some of the soot, it looks like there are like paw prints going back into the vents.
Okay. That's all good info. Thank you, Dean. And then in character, that's all good info. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Worth, was it?
Yes. Dan Worth.
Dan. Yes. And I give him my card.
Okay. He will take your card. Now, Danny, you were going to try and assist the firefighters. Is that right?
It sounds like they've got it well in hand, so I'm gonna go over to the coffee table with the sheriff and the fire marshal and just kind of bro down. I've got my notebook and my pencil.
Well, slight alteration just because of what consistency we have set up. The sheriff is not here yet. The sheriff's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So in this case, it would be deputy that would be here.
Deputy, yes.
Just to keep with the consistency. In this case, it would be Deputy Lawrence.
Remind me again, is this a lady, a gentleman, non-binary?
I didn't decide. Well, I was kind of vague last time. Let's do non-binary. Why not?
Gotcha.
Nice.
Non-binary and blue.
So I'll be like, Deputy Lawrence, it's tragedy over here. Is this is the fire marshal?
Yeah. Hello. I am. Does anyone want to get? I'm just asking because last time we got Julia Roberts, Childs, Hanseldorf, Betindo, Namco. Does anyone want to name the fire marshal?
I love that you're letting us do it again.
You know, when you allow chaos to happen, you just let the full chaos happen. So,
How about Fishburne?
Marshal Fishburne.
I mean, I'm not against it. I do find the irony of the name Burn being a fire marshal name.
I did really want to name the old man I was talking to like Bernard.
Bernard. All right, how about this? I'll meet you halfway there.
What we don't know is that the Fishburnes were originally named for flaming fish, which was another cryptid unrelated.
Yes. And I'm gonna meet you halfway as well. Instead of Danworth, he's Bernardworth.
Nice.
Yeah. I am yes ending ever so slightly, I guess. So yeah, it's Fire Marshal Fishburne is currently standing with Deputy Lawrence. 1 second. Deputy Lawrence. There we go.
Okay, so I'm like, name's Danny Eastman. I'm working on a book.
The sheriff's gonna, going. Can't speak. He's gonna shake your hand, or at least try to. Nice to meet you. I am Fire Marshal Fishburne.
Great to meet you. Do you have any speculation about what might cause this here fire?
Well, we're gonna get our CSI people on it here in a bit to figure out what started this fire. If I had to guess, this building is old. It's probably an electrical fire. But that's just speculation.
Well,
Game should have insight checks.
that'll do it for me over here. I'll just start stirring non-dairy creamer and sugar into my cup there and just kind of nod sagely.
I want you to go ahead, Jeff. Give me a plus sharp roll, and I'm gonna get back to you real quick.
Oh yeah.
I just need to know, Rafi, what are you doing at this moment?
Is there like a back door or like another entrance around the side of the building I could go in to kind of like look around for maybe injured people or clues?
Yeah, there's definitely like a back door you can go down into, if you wanted to do so.
Yeah. So Rafi's gonna slip in there and kind of keep an eye out for anyone who's either burned or in need of assistance, or just scary stuff.
Okay, do me a favor real quick. Give me a read a bad situation, which is plus sharp.
Okay.
That was a 13 for me, by the way.
Nice.
This would be a 5 as I read a bad situation.
Okay, well, go ahead and mark experience.
Okay.
You're not going to noticing at this time. However, Danny, you are going to see in the distance, crawling into one of the other vents, something that looks like, well, frankly, that it's on fire and going into the vent.
Never a good thing.
Marshall! And I'll run over there.
Marshall's going to look over to you and, yes, can I help you?
I'm like spilling my coffee and I go, another fire in progress!
Where?
I point as I run.
Okay. He's going to run after you. Some of the firefighters going to start moving the hose over to the building. And you will notice that it is, let's see, you're making another place.
Another sharp check?
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead and do another sharp check.
Is this +1? Oh, I thought you gave me +1 on the last one.
No, it's just a basic sharp check.
9, 11.
Okay. You'll see some of the smoke from the different vents coming out of this, and they are heading towards the currently empty daycare. Currently empty.
Good.
There was an E. coli scare.
Uh,
My God.
no, that's a little. Let me change that. I feel it's a little.
Oh, wait. E.
baity on
coli also puts children in peril. My bad.
Yeah,
Lice.
I'm being. It's a little baity on that situation. Hold on, let me think of something. The fish market. There we go.
Fish market.
You see the fire going towards the fish market currently, or you see the smoke going towards the fish market currently.
Cool. So, does this count as something strange, or is this still normal stuff?
This would be something strange, yes.
Okay, so I'll get +1 forward, and you'll tell me if it's natural, an unnatural creature, a weird phenomenon, or a person.
It is an unnatural creature.
Gotcha. Okay, that's it for me. I'm just pointing where I saw the fire so they can hose it.
Okay. And Rafi and Az, at this moment, what do you do when you hear Danny yelling that there's something starting a fire over there?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna run that way.
Yeah, same.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna thank the old man and kind of take up the rear on this, I guess.
Okay.
And Rafi's gonna charge into the fray there.
All right. Everyone's running there. Danny, you currently have the lead as you're trying to assist them and kind of take you kind of took the lead into this. At the moment that you start going towards there, you'll see popping out of one of the buildings is what looks popping out of the buildings to the vent is a possum. It is red. It has deep red eyes and deep red fur, and it is currently on fire.
Okay, I'll point it and be like, you gotta soak it.
Okay, let's see.
All right. I guess when you say that, um, Al will look around to see if there's like a fire extinguisher or anything nearby.
Second. Go ahead and uh do me an act under pressure roll in this case.
Ooh, an act
Real-
under pressure.
Real quick question. So when you had me mark an experience, I leveled up. Would I do that like right now while we're in the field, or would I do that like later on?
Um I because I want to set a precedence. Let's go ahead and wait till after the encounter.
Sounds good.
To give you like a moment of rest, and then we can go ahead and do that.
Act under
Alrighty.
pressure is plus cool, which I have 0 in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark experience because I got a 4.
Oof. All right. So you you're acting into the pressure situation. You try and go for the fire extinguisher, and as you grab it and pull it out, the extinguisher handle breaks. Like it hasn't been maintained in a while.
Oh, who is in charge of fire safety? Wait, that's not my character voice. Who is in charge of fire safety around here?
It's a small town. No one does upkeep on that kind of thing, says the fire marshal.
Is the
Jesus.
fish market one of those kind of half open places with a lot of open doorways, or is it like fully enclosed?
It's forgetting proper. There's like fish booze. There's booze, and there are like levels of ice with fish on top. It's a very open air kind of situation.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Open air market. That's the word I was trying to think of. Jeez.
So the vents like in the office and bathroom area.
Yeah, and it just kind of popped out into the open area.
Mm-hmm. Dean, let me say this. On that 4, what if instead of breaking the handle, I just grabbed a big fish?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I have a big fish that was on ice, and it was cold.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna brandish this fish against the fire possum.
Oh yeah, there it is. So you're Hal without thinking reaches for the nearest like cold thing and like whips it out, and it turns out to be just like a big frozen fish.
Hey, ask me what kind of fish it is.
What kind of fish is it?
A halibut.
No.
Ah,
Ooh, that'll be good for fighting because it's big and flat, right?
I think so.
It's a bottom feeder, so you
a
can
halibut.
slap that possum right on the side.
Hey, in character, somebody asked me why I picked up a fish.
Why did you pick up a fish?
Just for the halibut.
ah,
Oh, oh,
ah.
oh.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
Um. All right. So, uh, second. There we go. So, yeah, you got the gather there, and it's staring down directly at Danny.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and we're basically gonna initiate combat here. Who wants to go first?
Well, Danny needs to get away first, so he's not in any danger.
I think Rafi would leap into action to try and keep Danny from being destroyed by fire creatures.
Okay. Here's what we'll do in this situation then. Rafi, I want you to roll a protect someone.
Okay. That's +2 tough.
Yeah, plus tough.
Nice. One moment. 10 total.
Woo.
Whoa.
You protect me, okay? Yeah, excuse me. On a 10 plus, not only do you protect them, but you get to choose an extra. You can suffer little harm, which is -1 harm. All impending damage is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
Ooh. I think I'll hold the enemy back. I mean, this thing's on fire, so it's like maybe I've got my doctor's back and I'm like swinging wildly, kind of beat it off. Get away! Get away!
Okay. So yeah, you're holding back the fire possum. It's currently like hissing in the direction of Danny. You will be taking 1 harm from a fire. It's gonna like bite down on you. You can feel the fire burning on your skin.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Is this for Rafi?
This is
The
for
damage?
Rafi, yeah.
Gotcha. And Danny leaps up on one of the fish table booth things and kind of gets in the ice, all squatted.
You're like pulling them over your face.
Did you get hurt by the possum at all?
I did 1 point.
But did Danny?
Oh.
No.
I was gonna say because when you sit in the ice, it would just go. All right.
Yeah, I think my wife was like up on the ice and she beckoned me forward. So
Yeah,
I'm rolled up
just
on.
like-
And now I smell bad.
Smell fishy.
I mean, she didn't smell anything, so you're fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a slap at this thing with the fish if everyone else is done.
Okay. Give me 1 second to figure out what the damage is on a giant frozen fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit it with like the broadside.
Right. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Okay. I also have crack shot, so any harm I do adds +1. Just a reminder.
Right.
That's gonna be a 9.
Okay. On a 7 plus, there we go. You and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. They usually mean you inflict a harm rating of your weapon, and it's basic damage. So you hurt each other. So let's go ahead and say because of your crack shot, it's going to do two harm to it.
Cool.
And then it's going to bite down on you as well and do 1 harm.
Ouchie. All right. Oh,
keep-
but wait, hang on. I have bulletproof armor, so I take -1 harm.
There you
So
go.
I'm okay.
You manage to swat it away. As it bites down, you manage to like swat it away. You're fine in that situation.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. I mean, we don't have really initiative, but we got a general turn. What's Danny doing in this situation?
Well, Danny doesn't have a weapon really. He's got martial arts training. I'm gonna
Danny is the
say
weapon.
Yeah.
he's picking up big chunks of ice, from around the side of the tray, just yanking those off and winging them down at the critter.
All right. Go ahead, and I want you to roll me kick some ass.
Okay, and can this count as martial arts training?
Uh, yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
shuriken,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, tell me how this is martial arts.
Yeah, I take ninja courses at the
So
community college.
if
Yeah.
I can be that nerd, a martial art is a very broad term that can include weapon training. And
All right.
if you know thrown weapons, then technically that's a martial art. I'm being that nerd. Anyway,
Dean, I will always allow you to be that nerd. You don't have to ask.
yes.
So it
Go.
says one harm hand innocuous, but I'm hoping that since it's ice, it might beef it up. Also,
Uh,
that +1 forward on Occam's broadsword, does that include fighting?
Let me bring up your character real quick, just because it's been a bit on that.
It
Occam's
says you get
broadsword.
+1 forward dealing with it.
That is a good name for a power.
It really is. Um, yeah. All right. So what you'll do is you'll attack with advantage. I would imagine, just based off of this, that Danny is not a fighter. I mean, he's learning to defend himself, but he's not a fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's also very skittish and cautious, so that's
so
why he's throwing ice instead of punching it.
I think under the circumstance, it's more of an act under pressure than it is a kick some ass. So you still do damage if you succeed. It's just a different kind of roll.
Gotcha. Here I go. That's 11.
Jeez. You have advantage, by the way. That's the
I
forward.
yeah, I rolled 3.
Okay.
So that's 11. So I hit and I do 1 harm. Does it do more cuz it's ice?
Yeah, I was just about to press that. Mention that. So, on a 10, you do what you set out to do. In this case, you chuck an ice at it. Now, under a normal creature, at most, this would be just kind of annoying. But whenever the ice hits the fire possum, it seems to physically hurt it, and it takes 1 harm.
Nice. Does Danny have any rip roar and ice puns to use as a one-liner?
Oh man, he's an English major. He should. Um
Ice to meet you.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that you attacked my friends. That wasn't very ice.
Lord. These guys are.
I just go ice attack.
That's good.
But that still, look, I've known a few English majors, and it's either the one that has the quip or the one that never knows when to use the quip. So it's still pretty on brand. So
At like 10 p.m. I'm going to be like, "Oh,
yeah,
nice to meet you," or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So yeah, you chuck the ice at him. It does seem to hurt. However, the creature is going to, in response to you heard it for a lot, is going to send what is essentially sparks at you, and you will take 1 harm or 2 harm.
All right, I get to use my new power, which is where a voice and a feeling kind of nudge me off to one side, and just a crow swoops through the fish market at that moment, just for flavor.
All right.
What flavor is it?
Crow flavor.
Oh. So
Oh boy, my favorite.
So what you're telling me is that you're eating crow.
I think this ability stops him from eating crow.
That's a great point. Yeah. Yeah. It flies by, so I don't actually eat it.
Well, that's great. So normally it does 2 harm, but because of your ability, it'll be reduced by 1 harm. So you only take 1 harm.
Okay, cool.
Let's see here. Who wants to go next?
Rafi could continue battering this thing. Oh, sorry, Jeff.
I have a question. Does our harm reset before an encounter or after a previous scene?
I think we have to take some kind of a rest or get like medical attention if it's serious enough.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Well, as said, so if it's 3 and under, it's just a matter of a good night's sleep. Anything above that needs actual treatment.
Okay, so I had 2, so they went away after sleeping.
Yeah. So you should be before the attack. You should be at 0, and now you're at 1.
Okay,
Because
great.
we had rested a few days beforehand. Rafi, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, I'm going to just try to bust out my trusty scalpel and slay this beast. My smite. It counts as a weakness against it.
Right. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Alrighty. That is an 8.
All right. You're going to do the damage you would normally do, and it's going to do the damage to you. So what is it that? Yeah, you will take 1 damage. By the way,
Okay.
what's happening?
Pardon me?
Go ahead. My apologies.
Oh, so I guess I'm stabbing at it with my scalpel. It's a 3 harm close magic holy. And I am getting all burnt up in the process, it sounds like. So probably like my wonderful like corduroy jacket is getting singed up to my elbow.
All right.
Not the corduroy jacket.
Yeah. Rafi being canonically very fashionable 20 years prior. No, so yeah, you swing the possum looks up at you. It looks like it's not doing well. It jumps at you. You manage to swing your scalpel at it and destroy it. But some of the like backbursts for the flame will hit you, and you'll be taking one harm. And
Okay.
the creature is dead.
Quick question. I have 1 armor. Would that like kind of absorb the damage?
Yes.
Okay.
At that moment, when you slash at it with your scalpel and it dies, you will notice, much like the hedge wolf before, it starts devolving into kaleidoscopic like particulates.
Do I have a chance before it disappears altogether to like whip out my mic and record the sound of it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. There's no roll for that. Actually, you know what? Given the situation, give me an act under pressure.
Okay. Here I go.
If you just face plant off this like fish stall,
I mean,
gonna
yeah,
love
I
it
have
so
to
much.
get off of it. So yeah. Do I get plus forward on this or advantage?
Not in this case.
Okay.
I'm gonna also want to attempt to collect some of these particles, just so you know.
All right. You want 1
Cool.
second
So I
to
got
think.
a 9. I leap off the ice and get it right in there.
On a 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you a price to pay. If you want to do this, you have to pay. You have to pay this, and in this case, it would be
$20.
in 1997. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
I will say this: your character is trying to get off at this moment to pull out the recorder and record the sound of what's happening. If they want to be able to record it for just a brief moment, they will lose their recorder. Like it will be destroyed in the fall.
Oh man. And so I'll have to like pull the tape out and
Yeah, like
all that jazz.
as a GM note, the tape will be fine. The only thing you'll lose is the recorder itself.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
All right. So yeah, you try and get off the fish stall. You kind of slip a bit. You do manage to get some recording, but as you fall, the recorder lands on the ground and is destroyed. And 1997, so these things were basically just paper, is what they were. Yeah. And as far as Hal when you try and collect the particulates, they kind of seep through your hand like sand. Like as you're trying to hold sand, it just goes through it.
So I can't get any of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I want at this moment, as go ahead, give me a plus sharp as well. Give me a plus sharp roll. Excuse me.
Okay. Plus sharp. I'm good at that. Thank God I'm good at that. Do I mark experience even if I my plus gets it above a 6?
No. So it's just if you got the total of 6 or below.
Okay, so I have an 8.
Okay. You will notice in the as you're bending over to the now corpse, the fire possum, you will notice in the distance, staring from below one of the sewer mains. It looks like bright, glowing red eyes. That so as far as you can tell, are the only one noticing them.
Okay. Hey, there's bright glowing red eyes in the sewer.
That's not good.
Perhaps we should go after them?
Well, I already stink, so might as well.
All right, I'm going to head that direction then.
Okay. Is anyone following Hal?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we beckon the fire marshal along too? Is the fire marshal still with us?
The fire marshal is currently trying to take out another fire that just popped up.
Curses.
Okay. Is that other fire that popped up also a fire possum? Should we take care of that too?
I'm going to just give this to you without a roll. You could probably conclude this was the building the fire possum was in before it jumped out into the fish market.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you mind if we take a quick break?
Yeah, all right. Want to
Sounds
take a quick 5-minute break?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
sounds good.
I have
I'll
to
be right back,
pee.
everyone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hello.
Hello. We are live again with audio.
Cool.
Hey,
Hello.
are we live on video too?
Yeah, I'll double check here on the Twitch.
Ah, there we go. Okay, I checked the creator dashboard. Hi everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Unless I want to drop another unnecessary pun. I can't speak. So let's go ahead. You are heading into the sewers currently, and I couldn't think of a pun at that moment. As you enter into the sewer, excuse me, and you go a bit further, you will see in the distance what looks like claw marks that are burned into the cement of the walkway,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, it does smell rather ripe in here.
As we head into the sewer, Rafi turns to Hal and says, "Are you looking okay? You look a little flushed."
Hal just like shoots him a look. And keeps moving.
Danny ponders this for a while.
All right.
And then he's like, "Oh, flushed." Yeah. It's like
So,
a poop joke.
I'm
thing.
just gonna go ahead and follow the scratch marks and see where they lead. Because I'm assuming we're in a sewer. There has to be water down here, so we should be like good to go, just in case.
Do you
All right.
have a flashlight, or are we following like a faint glow?
Oh, that's a good question.
I do believe canonically, as this character does have like one of those like lapel flashlight kind of things.
Oh, nice.
Then yeah, I'll use that.
Like, I'm sure if the audience wants to correct me, I'm going to just say it's retcon, but whatever. I do remember like last session when you were going after the hedge wolf, one of you had like a, it's the military kind of one. We had to like shake it in order to get to work. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go down, you follow down into the sewers, going further down. Eventually, you will come across what looks like the water treatment plant. As it leads out into the water treatment plant, and you will see in the distance what looks like the size of, well, to be frank, because it's my only unit measurement at this very moment, the size of a pony is a fire possum with a bunch of other fire possums on its back.
It's the mother possum.
Well, does anyone have any moral qualms about taking out these monsters? I mean, they are babies. Most of them.
I'd love to find out where they came from and how we could convince them to go back there. Feels like shooting them is sort of rude.
I agree with you there, but if we can find a way to contain them down here somehow until we discover where they came from.
Did we pass any lockable chambers on our way here?
Yeah, let's say that there is definitely a lockable chamber. There is a currently empty I'm trying to think of the term here. A pool where they do the water treatment. It's a big concrete pool, and that could theoretically be locked by using floodgates.
Okay.
Cool.
I do like that the solution that like you and Jeff and Az have on few occasions found ways to just kind of lock up the creature rather than kill it. It's very animal friendly, even if the animals are actively trying to kill them. So
Yeah,
I mean,
like it's not their fault.
I know.
Yeah, something drove them into this dimension.
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy this, to be honest. So make it a little closer.
Excuse me, I keep yawning for some reason.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay, so somebody should be at the controls for the floodgate, or are they like you have to manually like jog them down?
So here's what's gonna happen. Well, not here's what's gonna happen. Here's the setup. Excuse me. You will notice that there is a control room, and I'm going to just kind of yada yada just a little bit of this. You'll notice that there's a control room, and if any of you did investigate it, you'll notice that their controls for the different floodgates are in this room. So you can control the floodgates of each pull through here.
Okay, so I'd like to investigate it to figure out the fastest way to lock him down, but somebody with higher cool should be at the controls when it comes time, because
My
act
cool
under
is
pressure.
0.
So is mine.
I've got cool 1.
Should
+1.
probably be Rafi
Oh,
then. So
there
we'll
we
kite
go.
the creatures to you, and then you'll lock it down.
Sounds
Mhm.
good.
Okay, so we'll just do a bit of passage time. You all are messing with some, or Danny's messing with the controls to figure out what goes where. I don't think there's really a role for that. That's just a matter of time, really. So after you get a good understanding of it, by now the big fire possum is gone. Then we're not going to stick around and wait to see what you're all doing. What are you all doing now that you've got a handle on the floodgates?
Well, I guess we gotta try and track down the big fire possum.
We could trap the babies first.
Oh, that's true.
That sounds good. I think
Wait,
like
wait, the big one left and the babies are still here?
The big one left, and the babies that were with it are no longer there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we do have to track it down again.
okay.
Yeah, because I thought that the babies were like on its back, like possum style.
Yeah.
So let's
Uh,
follow any burned footprints or droppings or whatever it leaves behind.
All right.
Yeah.
As you are going and following the burn footprints, you're going to hear in the distance what sounds like another fire truck going off. This
Oh,
time, into the forest just a little bit north of town, in the mountain range that is on the edge of town.
all right. Well, I guess. Wait, hang on. All right. Well, I guess we know where our mark is. And I start heading that way towards the sirens.
It's autumn, so hopefully the woods won't be too flammable.
All right. So at that moment, you're coming across this. Looks like a burning section of the forest. It's not all on fire, luckily. I want anyone, to give me a plus sharp real quick.
Okay.
I got you. Is this considered part of my Occam's broadsword, or is this something else?
Let me pull it back up real quick.
Like, is it considered dealing with the possum?
It would be. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
11.
All right. You will notice at this moment, you'll see the big fire possum is in the distance, and is currently how to put it. It is walking forward, and at that moment, it looks like about half of it, the front half, is not occupying the space in front of it.
It's
It looks
going back to its dimension.
So you're saying like the front half of it is like ethereal, like we wouldn't even be able to grab it if we wanted to.
it would to be a comparison for Rafi and Danny. It was kind of like when Hal stuck his head into the void. There,
Oh.
you like, stuck the full head in. Let's say went up to about neck, right? They couldn't see the neck, but they still had the rest of your body. You weren't occupying that space of the reality.
Okay, so it's got its head in a rift then.
Yes.
I mean, if it wants to go in the rift, it's like problem solved, right? like bye.
I suppose, but my concern is what if it wants to come back out of the rift?
We're going to have to study this rift a little more so we might be able to know where or when it reappears. I'm going to ask Kelly to poke her head through the rift really quick. Kelly, take a look.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And she's gonna like float over to the rift and like duck her head in for a moment. And then she kind of gets like sunk into the rift.
Hey, we still don't know about Kelly, right?
No, he's not told anybody about Kelly.
All right, cool. So that happens, and I'm kind of just like, who is Kelly?
The sun's out. The sun's out, so I imagine they don't even see her, or maybe just a faint wisp of something. The instant I realize she's been sucked in, I will run and jump in, unless the creature's still filling the space.
I also want to say that, like, I don't know who Kelly is, but you said put your head in the rift, and I was like, okay.
I did say Kelly first, but what?
Yeah,
like you think
like,
I'm calling you some
I was
random
like,
name?
Who's Kelly? And then I just ran over.
So I don't know if this was said on camera last episode. I just want to point out that Az did say, as someone told Hal to go into the rift, that he would do it. So I don't know if that was on camera. I remember Az talking about it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who Kelly is, and you said go into the rift, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll go in. So I think you and me are racing towards the rift right now.
Yeah. Is the creature still half in it?
The creature is currently no longer occupying the Earth realm, if whatever you want to call it. It's in the rift. I have to ask, Rafi, what are you doing at this moment? They're heading straight into the rift.
Rafi's kind of like standing there in disbelief, like, what are you even doing right now? Stop! Let it go! The problem's solved. It's going into the rift.
My wife's in there. Whoosh.
What?
I guess when I hear that, I'm going to take off after that. But I heard that Daddy's wife is in distress.
That sentence gives Hal pause. That I think that Hal kind of slows down a little bit and lets Danny take the lead, and is like, I guess that's who Kelly is.
Yeah, Kelly is the possum. Rafi with his -1 sharp has it figured out.
Nailed it.
I love.
All right, so whatever Danny does at the rift is going to influence what Hal does.
Is the rift still open by the time I get to it?
Yes. 1 second.
I guess I'm going in.
I'll be honest. Once a kid, did not expect people to enter to the rift, so I need to start reworking my plans. Because where there's a hole in reality, people are just jumping in.
You give us a door, and then you expect us not to go through it, Dean?
That's fair. That is fair. Okay.
I mean, you can't say that only spiritual beings can go in it, because I'm not to it yet.
Enter the rift. Yes, thank you, Jayme. No, it's fine. So your wife and the fire possum go through the rift with little hesitation. Danny runs into the rift. Hal was joining, but Hal stopped whenever. Give him pause. Excuse me.
Gonna attempt to hold Danny the same way that Danny held me last time.
Oh, cool. So I'm kind of leaping in, just full out.
Okay. Hal, give me an act under pressure.
Okay. That act under pressure. All right, I have no cool, so this is just up and down.
If you want, Rafi, you can assist in holding Danny.
Well, hang on, because I got an 11.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Hal's got this, apparently. All right. So Hal, you like reach out for his legs as Danny leaps through. At this moment, Danny, when you were going through the rift, uh, you see kind of everything is a kaleidoscopic event. It's hard to focus on anything in particular. Everything just looks like reflecting light. As you eventually get to the other side of the rift, you will see what looks like Kelly is standing in the rift currently. The rift on the other side of the rift is a black void, and you will see what looks like a shapeless figure in the distance.
I'll shout for Kelly to get out.
Go ahead in this moment. You could tell that she is entranced by something, probably the shapeless figure. Excuse me. Give me a manipulate someone real quick.
Oh man, this is tough.
Plus charm.
Kelly is very opinionated, so this might be hard. I can always use a luck if I need to.
True.
That's a 9.
Okay, they'll do it, but only if you use sleep from right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, no, that's fine. At this moment, she's like, well, we'll kind of go through the scene. It's like, this thing looks familiar. I don't know if I should go.
This place isn't safe, Kelly. Get out.
And with that, because of your role, she's gonna agree. She's gonna come up to you. She's gonna like fly to you, so to speak. And for the first time in 6 months, you feel her hand.
We kiss.
Whoa. Gross.
And then I drag her back out of the rift.
Now, as you pull out, you will see.
Whoa, he just said that they kissed.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my.
They kissed, and it feels real, like it was before she died, which is not something.
Guys, this is a tender moment. No giggling. None of that. None of that giggling.
That is amazing.
Hey, I'll giggle at whatever I want to giggle at.
Yeah, Danny has missed her touch so much that he's even risking the rift closing beyond them because he just, they had a very close relationship.
At this moment, on the other side of the rift, while Hal's holding on to Danny, it's like holding them in place, and nothing is causing them to fall. Like they're balanced in the center of of nowhere, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So is it kind of like a tug of war situation?
A bit, yeah. So right now it's just like it feels like someone is holding up Danny. Is the basic version of it.
Gotcha.
If you wanted to pull Danny out, you could. It'd be an act under pressure, like I had Danny do the other day. But yes, you could try and pull him out if you wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on the other side of this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull him out. He's talking about some wife that I've never heard about before.
Can I try to assist Hal with like the rescue there?
Yeah. Whoever's taking lead, give me an act under pressure, and then I need a. I just had the stupid thing up. Sorry.
Not
So
to
we're holding
metagame,
each other's coats.
Not to metagame, but Jayme, you have a +1 in pool, right?
Yes.
Maybe you should do the act under pressure, and I'll do help out.
Okay, sounds good.
So
Yeah, Rafi is very motivated to keep you two alive, by the way.
Okay.
So
Nice.
At least someone is.
Right.
We can't seem to do it.
Yeah.
He's like
So
getting
we're having
progressively more stressed out as the day continues. Like people keep jumping and poking their heads in portals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm picturing you yanking back on.
Oh,
What happened?
well, that is Snake Eyes. I mean, I do have +1, but this is Snake Eyes. So,
Would you be willing to use a point of luck? Or if I could, I don't know if you can use luck for someone else.
I will use a point of luck, not to lose you to the portal, if that's okay, Dean. Dean's talking.
Before you do that, Az is doing a help someone roll.
Mhm.
So if they succeed, you could get advantage on this roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, for me to succeed, would that's a 10 plus, right?
On a 10 plus, it grants +1 on their rolls. In this case, gives an advantage. On a 7 and 9, help grants advantage, but you're also exposed to the danger.
Okay. It's an 8.
Okay. So at this moment, that means Rafi, you do have advantage. So you go ahead
Okay.
and roll one more d6, take the higher of your 2 rolls, which so far is 1, regardless.
Okay, so hopefully this won't be another 1. That's a 5. So that would be 7 total with my
Ye-
+1. Cool. Nice.
Yes,
All right.
you just barely get through it, which is great.
So we're all possibly exposed to the same danger, right? If we
yes.
do the transitive property of danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it feels like there's some at this moment. That's narratively speaking. As you're embraced by your wife, Danny, the shapeless figure is going to reach out towards you and her, and is trying to it seems like pull you further in. At this moment, you feel from your legs you start to be tugged back, and there is some how to put it, there's like a bit of a tug of war going on, but the creature eventually relents and allows you to go through. At that moment, as you and your wife are pulled, the rift is open just slightly, and everyone here notices the shapeless figure, and the shapeless figure notices all 3 of you. 4 of you,
Oh.
excuse me.
We've been marked.
Okay, so that means we got Kelly out too.
Yes, and for a brief second, because of how the strange reality as it is works, you will all see Kelly.
Okay.
Cool. So Kelly is pretty short, thin, longish black hair, and yeah, imagine anything after that. She's pretty.
Okay.
She wears what you would expect a paranormal investigator to wear.
Cool.
Am
Okay. So I'm gonna just give you a quick warning. Hal is about to freak the fuck out about pulling a previously unseen woman out of a hole in reality.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. Who on earth is this? We can't just be pulling entities out of these rifts. Danny, what have you done here? You've upset some sort of balance. We have to put her back.
Can they see her outside the rift?
They do see her for a brief second, and then she'll slowly start to fade to them. She still
Okay,
looks the same to you.
so I'll kind of drop and roll away from Hal out
Danny,
of the rift.
she's fading away. We've unleashed something on this world.
So my hands kind of clasp myself, and then I go, "Damn it!" And I say, "No, she usually lives out here. I have no idea what happens if a ghost goes in there, but I didn't want to find out."
You how do you know this ghost woman? And why was it not pertinent for you to bring up, I don't know, before now?
Oh, you mean the most traumatic event of my life that I'm still not over from like 6-ish months ago? And you see a tear forming in his eye, and he gets up to a sitting position.
Okay, so that's your wife. It still would have been great to know that you see her and have contact with her. I'm sorry she died, but obviously you didn't. You lost her physical form, and like that's it.
Yeah, she's probably here somewhere. That probably took a lot out of her. She was corporeal briefly, and we had a nice kiss, which was good.
Oh, congratulations.
I like
Yeah.
I like how Hal was immediately polite after for that particular comment. For 1
You
minute,
can't fight true love.
for 1 minute, Hal was just freaking out. And it was like, but we can't say, oh, well, congratulations.
That's pretty cool. I love kissing.
I will say that whenever Danny kind of introduced you, she does wave at you two, but you don't see it.
She's waving, by the way.
Oh, that's nice.
Rafi gives like a little bow. And he kind of looks off in the wrong direction. And he's like, nice to meet you, madame. Like shaking the heir's hand.
In my defense, most people think I'm nuts if I talk to someone who's not there.
Oh, I mean, sure, but you do understand what we've been dealing with for the past few days, and why maybe Rafi and I would feel a little differently.
You mean if I was talking to the dead?
I mean, we fought a hedgehog the size of a wolf.
Yeah,
It's
she
not the
came in.
weirdest thing.
She came in the clutch that time. I might have died without her.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't know. Anything else you think that we should know now that that's out in the open?
Pretty much any time I say something that sounds smart or insightful, it's probably something she told me.
Okay.
That actually explains a lot.
Hal is just accepting this like, that's my reality now.
Yeah, Hal just kind of sighs.
Hal, do you have a spectral spouse I should know about?
No.
Oh, well, neither do I, so we have that much in common.
Well, good for us.
Not to make you feel excluded, Daddy.
Yeah.
Given that revelation, it sounds like Hal is done for the day.
Hal is defeated by just the fact that this occurred and he didn't know about it. Like, he's been teaming up with this guy for a couple days now, and he's just failed to mention, oh yeah, I talk to my dead wife all the time, dude.
And Rafi just seems like completely unfazed by the revelation. Just like, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Which in itself is a question.
Yeah, so we're probably going to want to chase that thing into our trap next time it arrives. So I'm thinking maybe we should do a little brainstorming or research. I might have gotten a good recording of the creature disappearing. Maybe we could study that.
Yes, research sounds great right about now.
Sounds good.
All right. What is the first step in your research?
Well, I guess I gotta call Walter, my favorite guy. Oh, also, Dean, I have to have a vision.
Oh no, I planned on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. It's just a matter of when something happens is when it kicks off.
Gotcha. Okay. I wanted to make sure we didn't forget.
We're good.
But yeah, I'll call Walter.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring up that ability again. So make sure I get right.
On a 10 plus, I get an answer. 7 to 9, they're busy or can't help. And then on a miss, my question causes trouble.
All right, go ahead.
Or 7 to 9, they can also answer, but I owe a favor. All right, the roll. Is it roll sharp? Okay. So, hey, that's a 4.
Go ahead, mark experience.
Yeah.
On a 10 plus, the answer question of 7 9, you choose. In this case, because of the roll, when you try and call Walter, the Walter does not pick up.
Okay. So that was me using my ability, but the fact that Walter isn't at his desk is worrying to me. So could I call somebody else in the bureau to be like, "Hey, where's Walter at?"
Yeah, you can go ahead and give a call out of the FBI.
Cool.
Or
Before I do that, does anyone else want to do like some pertinent research before I just do like character development shit?
Could I level up real quick here?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, good idea.
yeah, go ahead.
Nice. Sweet.
What ability are you gonna get, Rafi?
I was gonna ask for like some input on that.
Oh, like
I
give us a couple choices and
yeah, what everyone thinks would be kind of neat.
Okay.
One idea was cast out evil, which is a way to like banish unnatural creatures. The one thing is I have no control over where it goes, so I don't even know if it'd be like handy for like hurting this fire possum this mission. Uh,
Hmm.
and another idea I had was what I need when I need it, which is essentially it turns my doctor's bag into a bag of holding, and I can store small objects in there and retrieve them at any time it
Ooh.
appears in my hand.
I
If
like
I may,
that.
if
I
I may
really
make a
like that.
suggestion,
Yeah.
just a few. When you level, you have more than just the option to take other moves. You do have like bonuses to get to your stats, like a +2 to weird, as an example.
Yeah.
You can also take a move from another playbook.
Oh, okay.
You can also gain a lesser being as an ally.
I think I think I might go for the what I need when I need it, just because like it goes so well with the doctor's bag.
Okay.
Plus, it might
Yeah.
be handy if we ever need to like tuck anything in there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think that is a very good option.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
so
love
anytime we come
a
across
magic bag
something
that just
just
has what you need in it.
yeah, and
it
just for flavor, every once in a while you could just throw something in there. Not necessarily that it needs to be something you put in there, but just so we can see you doing that.
Hey,
Rafi picks up a weird habit of just like randomly picking up like Twinkies and staplers and muttering, "This may come in handy later." Yes.
Mm.
look, as the game master, any reason for me to use a Deus Ex Machina is very much appreciated. So,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's getting close to 3.
Yeah.
Rafi's got that thermonuclear device.
right. Why do you have this? You know, when you spent time with Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm. Old Robbie.
Yeah, old Robbie, old Oppie. Uh, but yeah. So yeah, go ahead and get that.
Got it.
Danny, did you want to do anything at this moment?
Yeah, I'd like to go to the Newman Library. I don't know if Rafi would like you might consider checking up on our old man friend. Was he injured during the thing?
Are you
Oh, yeah, the Brian, whatever. Was
are
that
you
his
talking
name?
about? Are you talking about the head of the rec center?
Yeah,
That'd be Bernard Worth.
Bernard Worth. Yeah, I don't want to tell you what to do, but it might behoove us to check him.
Oh, right, I
on him
did
again.
name him Bernard retroactively. I forgot.
But yeah, so I'll go to the Newman Library and research shapeshifters because I'm starting to think the shapeless figure is manifesting as cryptids.
Ah.
All right. Let's go ahead and do the phone call real quick because that was the first die roll we had.
Mhm.
So you were unable to get a hold of Walter, so you contact the FBI.
Mhm.
On the other line, there is a, let's say, masculine voice, and it's like, Quantico.
Hello. Yes, this is Field Agent Halford Wormhole. I'm calling about my contact back at Quantico. Walter, is he in today?
Sorry, Special Agent, do you have your number?
Yes, it's 42769.
I, I, I'm gonna point out it is 6969420.
Sorry.
Oh, we've already done that bit. Oh
I'm
my
joking.
god.
Oh, we
I'm
did that
joking.
last time.
I'm
Yeah.
joking. I'm joking. I'm not gonna tell you how to do your character, but yeah. So it's like, get one moment, and you're put on hold. And after about 5 minutes, it's like, I'm sorry, but this line is meant for special agents for the FBI only. That number is not on a registry.
Check again, because you sent me out. I mean, not you specifically, but Quantico sent me out here to Weston on this mission. That how would I get a hold of this number if I'm not an FBI member?
I could not say, sir, how you managed to get hold of this phone number. I will look into Walter, as you had said, but I do not show your I do not show your agent number on my directory.
Okay, well, there is obviously some sort of issue with. You know what? This isn't what I called about. Can you just call me back on this number when Walter's available to speak?
All right. If we can identify you based off of Walter, then yes, we will. We will have him call you.
Hal is rolling his eyes so hard. Thank you very much. And to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Special Agent Regis.
Okay, Regis. Well, I'll make sure that Kelly hears about this.
Have a nice day, sir.
I love that he just took no shit there. Oh man, that sucks. I had a feeling that was the outcome. Okay. All right, Hal size and where am I at right now? Have we moved from the last place that we were?
We didn't say anything, but if you want to say you joined them at the library just to make your call, that'd be fine.
I think that I am gonna do what Jeff said and check up on Bernard.
Okay. We'll get to here in just a moment. We're gonna shift scenes real quick. So, Jayme and Jeff, you are currently in the Newman Library. Remind me what you were looking for in this particular case.
I'm trying to figure out anything I can about that shapeless figure, and I was thinking maybe it's manifesting as cryptids, so I want to check out old stories about shapeshifters, especially ones that work on fear or take elements from people's dreams or fantasies.
Give me an investigative mystery roll.
That's a 14, baby.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. On 10 plus, you get to hold two. I'm assuming one is what sort of creature is it? So here you find out through the books. When you go through the books of the different creatures that tend to inhabit this kind of realm, you come across all kinds of things, all kinds of creatures. Some are dream creatures like succubus and incubus. There are some that talk about creatures that enter into their dreams into the night, whenever they sleep. There are some that revolve around shape-shifting creatures that appear from nowhere, until eventually you get to the point that's referred to simply as the shapeless one. It goes back to an old early 20th century wizard, not quite Aleister Crowley, but in the same vein of like wizards who were into the supernatural in the early 20th century. If anybody knows who Aleister Crowley is, and you find that the shapeless one is referred to as under the text as the creature of pure dreams, who the creature of pure dreams who is the embodiment of every how to put it every shape of sentient creature that is not the dreamer. Basically, and I did not explain that well, to which I apologize for, but anything that is not the dreamer is the shapeless one. If like you're dreaming about your wife, the shapeless one is your wife. If you're dreaming about your dog, the shapeless one is your dog.
Okay. Interesting.
So he's sort of a Sandman or Freddy Krueger.
And legends say that the shapeless one has done both bad and good. The shapeless one has put people on internal sleep. There are times the shapeless one has gifted sleep to the insomniacs, and there are times that they have provided terrible nightmares.
I will BRB. Feel free to go on this scene without me. I just need to talk to somebody real quick.
Okay. That is what you pull up about it. That seems to be relevant to your case. You do have another question if you want it.
So I'll tell the fellas about that, and then I will. Learning that it's not evil, I want to find out if there's any way to corrupt such a being and make it do evil.
Okay. Go. I'll be a little lenient. It's not on the normal questions, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry. Is there something being concealed?
Yeah, that would probably be what you would want in this one here. What you being concealed is, and kind of in the question that you're asking, is that this creature seems like it is only malleable to the dreamers in existence. It changes with the dreamer, basically.
So if we could get all the townsfolk to dream of something nice, maybe it would do that.
Sorry about that. Nose. Okay, there we go.
I have no idea how you would go about such a thing. Rafi, any stuff you want to learn at the library?
Rafi looks up from his crossword puzzle. He's like, what is the only 7-letter word to use all 5 vowels in a cube? Oh, have you discovered anything interesting over there?
Yeah, it looks like this creature isn't necessarily evil. So it's something about the dreams of the Gestalt on this island is either that, unless there's a really powerful dreamer that's obsessed with cryptids. And he looks in the direction of the hotel.
Well, it does make me wonder. Perhaps we could look into whoever produced all those short documentaries on cryptids.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Why, thank you. I just go back to my crossword puzzle. I'm muttering over some other clue.
Now, in this age before the internet is very full, how would one go about finding out who those people are, or who the writer of who the producer is? Because in the 90s, you mostly just bullshitted with your friends, speculating about
Pretty
answers.
accurate. I remember them.
You could call the library, though. There was a service where you could ask a question and they could find an answer.
Or maybe like out of character, but maybe we could like call like the local TV station that it's broadcasting on. Someone there programming right now.
That's a great idea. Is this PBS or broadcast? Is it the local station that plays like old movies, that kind of Leave It to Beaver stuff?
Yeah, it's the Fantasy Comcast Turner Classic the Fantasy Comcast Classic Movie Channel. I'll say that.
I came back to something really good.
Rafi's trying to find out who made those documentaries about the cryptids.
That's a great idea.
I think what kicked it off is I learned that the Shapeless One can be molded by a particular dreamer or group of dreamers.
Okay.
And so maybe he was thinking, let's start with finding one powerful dreamer, and if that doesn't work, we'll I don't know, have to convince everyone in town to have a good dream. I don't know how that would happen, but
Gotcha.
Dean, could I just like bust out the yellow pages and like look up the local TV station to call and ask if we can find out more
I
about
thought
this
you were going
documentary.
to say look up local dreamers.
Right. So local Jayme. So this guy has a dream right here.
We just have to sneak into everyone's house and steal their dream journals. Yeah.
It's just like, well, I imagine both Daddy and Howard just go, no. Yeah. So luckily they will have a copy of the local Yellow Pages. I'm sorry, the White Pages, because I don't want to get sued by Yellow Pages. The White Pages, and you will find the local TV channel, which is ADWT. ADWT is a local TV channel.
All dudes wear trousers.
There you go.
This is true.
It's the 90s.
And I mean, if it was really the 90s, there'd be an extreme in there somewhere, you know, like extreme all dudes.
ADWT Extreme.
Yeah.
They would have
All
tears in the
trousers,
knees.
all the time.
What were those with Jinko jeans?
Yes, it comes with a built-in chain wallet.
Right.
Yes.
Their logo is
Extreme
just like,
trousers.
their
I was like one of
logo
like the last holdouts for the chain wallet. I worked way too long.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
I just want to make a joke that their symbol on ADWT Extreme is a chain wallet with Jinko jeans for legs.
Good. We established that.
That was unnecessary for me.
So, extreme trousers.
All right, sis, you will find ADWT as a local broadcast station.
Okay, I'm gonna call him up and just be like, I mean, do you want to like role play the scene?
Yeah. So you call them
Okay.
up. Hello, ADWT. How can I help you?
Oh, hello there. I just got to town and I saw a very interesting documentary on cryptids played on your network.
Oh yes, that's our documentary series on the local cryptids.
Yes, I was. Sorry, go ahead.
Weston has the highest cryptids per capita in the state of Washington.
I've heard that. I do. You know, a little aside, it kind of makes me wonder if that has to do with how low your population is, or how effective the cryptids are at killing people.
I'm sorry, cryptids killing people?
Never mind. I was wondering if you could tell me anything about who made the documentary.
Oh yes, that's the. Let me think of a quick name here, because a lot of what I do is improv. Tigers Store Productions. That's totally not a. That's totally not a riff on Lionsgate.
Oh, good. I'm a really big fan of this person on the phone who like just picked up a phone call, heard somebody talk about killing people, and then asked about a specific person.
Right.
Is that a? Do you know if that's a local production company, Tiger Store Productions?
Oh yes, it's very much based out of the town here. It's our local production studio. It is tied with the tourism board as well.
Fascinating. Well, I am a tourist, so perhaps I will drop by the board and ask them more about this fascinating documentary series.
Oh sure. Would you like their address?
Absolutely. Let me get a pin.
Great. Now I do have a question. What was that about murdering cryptids?
No. It was a joke about the documentaries. Yeah.
I feel like this could play later. Give me a minute, please. Well, I just want to see if this will come into play later.
Okay.
It's a plus chart, by the way.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, so that's a 9 plus. Is that plus? Okay, so 10 total.
So,
Did you just say hat?
on a 10 plus, they'll do it for you. The reason you give it them, if you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it anyway. So in this particular case, he was just trying to convince the person about his lies. God, just don't worry about it. And
Yeah.
I guess he's gonna take that at face value. So there we go.
Yeah.
It was just a goof.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me get you the address.
Thank you. I look over
Uh.
at Danny. I give a big thumbs up.
Great job. Thumbs up right back at you.
All right.
I really love that Batman comic, the murdering goof.
Goof. All right. Let's go and shift scenes real quick. At this moment, we're gonna go back to Hal. Remind me again, Hal, what you were doing.
I had just gotten off the phone with Quantico, and I was then gonna go check in on Bernard.
All right. At this moment, he's just kind of sitting at the curb in front of the rec center.
Hmm.
You could probably tell just based on this that this is kind of his life at the moment.
Yeah. Bernard, it's me again, Hal.
Hey Hal.
How are you doing after the big event today?
Uh, well, I'm not great. This is my job.
I
Um,
know, I could have assumed that. Kind of a silly question on my part, but I guess what I meant by it is anything a little company could do for you.
yeah, sure. Oh, you want us to get some coffee and pie at the Black Diamond Inn?
Oh, I would like nothing more.
Right.
And it's on me. You know what?
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Quantico pays for my company card anyway.
Awesome. I hear they got a great pie, a great apple pie. Excuse me.
Oh yes. All right,
So,
so I go to the White Diamond with him.
all right. So you walk in there and he's coffee and pie. And he's like, so what are you doing here, special agent? Like what? That sounded very accusatory. I'm sorry. I meant to say like in general. What are you doing here in our small town?
Well, if I can be fully honest with you, my friend, it's a thing that should be classified, but I'm trying to tell the people affected as much as I can about the situation at hand here. It wasn't an ordinary fire that took out your rec center.
It wasn't.
No. But it also wasn't intentionally started by anyone. It wasn't sabotage or anything like that. You don't have to, start locking your doors or anything. Although, as a security investigator, I would recommend doing that anyway. Um, there's something going on in Weston, which, as a resident here, I'm sure you kind of have some ideas.
I mean, we're a sleepy little town. The must is we get tourism in the summer, and like, what do you think is happening?
Well, what do you get the tourism for, mostly, sir?
You think it's cryptids?
I don't just think it. Let's leave it at that.
He's a little appalled, but not. You could tell he doesn't disbelieve you. It's just a shocking kind of thing, isn't it?
Yes. I would love to answer as much as I can for you here, but unfortunately, what I can answer is not much at the moment until I have some sort of clearance on some sort of briefing that I can give to people. But I thought it only fair to let you know what's really going on with your place of business.
I don't know how to process this. I never
Well,
believed.
if I could give you a little something to help you process it, I'm working hard on taking care of the situation.
Oh, well, thank you, Special Agent. I
Of
appreciate that.
course, the recent earthquake that is also under investigation, uh, as well as the I don't know if word has really gotten out yet about the attack in the woods, but I was there on the front lines for that as well.
I mean, yeah, this whole thing was weird. A lot of weird stuff's been happening lately. Even after the earthquake, I thought I saw more people from the geological survey site scoping the town.
Right.
I
And that
know.
site, I'm also investigating that site. It doesn't seem all on the up and up to me, and I don't know how you feel about it either, but I would recommend staying away from the area for the time being.
Do you think maybe I should leave for a while? Like,
Well, I can't make that decision for you, but I just wanted to give you fair warning because you seem like a good person who does a lot for the community, and I would hate to see you or any of the other good townspeople here get injured.
uh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you,
Yes.
Special Agent Wormhole.
Please call me Hal, of
Thank you, Hal.
course. And have I already given Bernard my card? Hey, that's funny.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, you did
All
give me
right.
a card earlier.
So I kind of gesture to. I pull another one out and I say, "I've given you one of these. I'm currently staying at the inn. So if anything comes up while you're still in town, please feel free to contact me or one of my colleagues, and we will uh, we will look into whatever lead you may bring our way."
Okay, yeah. If I find anything out, I'll let you know, Hal. I appreciate it.
Hmm. And that's pretty much all I want to do with him. But I'll buy him a piece of pie for the road.
Awesome. Good piece of pie. Let's go ahead, shift real quick back to Rafi and Danny. What are you doing in this particular situation?
Just a production note. It's 2:58, so we'll probably
Yes.
wind down quick after this.
Yeah.
What are Danny and Rafi doing? We learned a couple things, so we should probably try to find the documentarian.
Yeah, we could head down to Tiger Door Productions.
Tiger Tar
Yeah.
Productions, yes.
Yes.
The renowned
And I'll
Tiger.
and
Go ahead.
I'll call the no, I wouldn't. Would I call the diner? Is that your office away from home? Or the
I
hotel?
suppose you can guess that I would be at the diner. I do love being at the diner.
Right.
So I'll call the diner and I'll be like, "Hi, Rosie. Could you tell me if Hal is there?"
As you're talking towards the end of your conversation with the head of the rec center, the Rosie, the waitress, is gonna put the phone down and like, Hal, are you in here?
What? Yes, I'm right over here
Phone call for
in
you, dear.
Bernard. Oh, thank you. And that's when I put in the order for Bernard's pie.
Makes sense.
All right, so I'll go pick up the phone.
Hey there, Special Agent. We are going to the Tiger's
Danny,
Door
we have worked
Productions.
for so long together at this point. Call me Hal.
Hal, yeah,
Okay, Special
of
Agent Hal.
course. We're going over to Tiger's Door Productions. Those are the people that make the documentaries. We were
Ah.
thinking that maybe the shapeless one is manifesting according to the dreams of either a particular person or a group of people.
Hmm.
And so that
By
seemed like a
shapeless
good
one,
place.
you
Oh,
mean
go ahead.
the thing in the rift?
Yeah, the thing. My theory was, according to this research we just did, is maybe it manifests. Maybe it is this thing called the shapeless one that manifested various parts of the dream of a person. It's a little vague on whether it's one person or a bunch of people, and because of
Well,
the documentaries, that could maybe serve both, either the producer of the piece or someone in the piece or anybody who watches it.
I will say, when I was in the rift, I saw visions of quite a lot of people around town, so it may not be just one person, but I do think this is a good lead to chase. Can't believe I didn't think of it.
Sure. I mean, if we did have to convince everyone to have positive dreams, oh, that's the other thing. It's kind of neutral. It's not evil. So we could maybe use a new documentary about, like, I don't know, puppies or flowers or something.
I suppose that would be a good idea, considering the fact that each time we see one of these documentaries, the creature appears. So if it's manifesting, then we just have to manifest in a positive direction.
Yeah, maybe we can convince the producer to make a documentary about I don't know, Santa Claus or somebody that gives away money.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll meet you at the production studio then. You're heading over now.
Yeah.
All right.
See
And
you
I
there.
hand the phone back to Rosie.
He's gonna go ahead and then hang up the phone and hand you your bill.
Yeah, I pay my tab and then I say, Bernard, I've got to run, but please be in touch.
Yeah. See you later, Hal.
I give him a wave.
And with that, I think that's a good place to end it for now.
Yeah.
Let's real quick, because keep forgetting to do this in front of the audience. Let's go ahead and do the end of session experience. Did we conclude the current mystery? No.
No.
Did we save someone for certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we learn something?
Fires starting, does that count?
That counts. Did we learn something new and important about the world? Yes. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Also yes. So that's 3 yeses. You go ahead. Mark 2 experience, everyone.
Nice.
Hey. Nice.
And with that, that's this week's episode. Where the next time we pick up, it's going to be as our adventurers go talk to the production studio here in town about the documentary series. And I would like to thank you, the viewer, for being here. And once again, I'd like to thank our hosts. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jayme. And thank you, Az, for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, man. This is great.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind speculating about what comes next.
Yeah.
I have a hard time not smiling, so let me just go ahead and there we go. Go ahead.
I think the producer or the director or a couple of them or whatever are very eccentric, and we're going to have to convince them to make a hoax.
Ooh.
And they believe in cryptids, so they're not going to like it.
Ah. I like the sound of this. I'm kind of hoping that somehow, some way, it's the boy in the hotel manifesting everything, because he's the one who's been watching all of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like the idea of it just being like ideas in like a boy's head.
I don't want to speculate too much, but I will say, Jeff, when you pitched us making a new documentary about someone who gives away money, I immediately thought of Ed McMahon of the Publishers Clearinghouse, and we manifest like this huge Ed McMahon, like he's giving away money. This is
I forgot the element of there being more violent than they used to. So like Santa Claus would be stabbing people, like all of them are gonna be bad.
Yeah. Killer Ed McMahon.
He's whacking people with that giant check.
Yeah, it's like razor sharp. He's like twirling it like a side guy and slicing off people's heads.
Yes. Oh man. Well, thanks everybody. I can't wait to meet evil Ed McMahon.
Let's be kind. Evil man. No, that wasn't a thing. That's not a thing. I don't know what I was doing there. Well, does anyone else want to toss this to speculation? In that case, I'm gonna have to stop my video again, just in case.
I threw mine out there, so I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Interrogate the boy.
Get his ass.
I think with that, then, that we're good for this episode. Thank you again, and we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Peace,
long,
everybody.
friends.
Bye.
Cue the outro to Beverly Hillbillies, I guess.
Yeah.
That works.
Our established theme song.
Right. Wait, no, wait. Always a knockoff. Connecticut Hill Folk. Mountain William. Connecticut Mountain Williams. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
All right.